Okay, guys, today we are going to be doing some grammar, but I also need you to make sure you read the story today. You can either read it or listen to it if you're going online, but you're going to read the story, A Package for Miss Jules today. But we're going to really quick talk about the grammar. We are doing complete sentences. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing this in a different mode today just because it's going to help me teach it better this way. So over here, I'm going to make sure I put in my target, but I'm going to read this part right here. However, on the next slide, I kind of blew that up so I could see it even better. So here we are on the next slide. So I'm going to go ahead and read this through real quick. Follow along as I read it. It says, for a sentence to be complete, it must have a complete thought with a simple subject and a simple predicate. What is a simple subject? Well, a simple subject is the words that tell us who or what the sentence is about. And a simple predicate tells us what that thing or person does. What does the subject do in it? If you have those two things, you have a complete sentence. So let's really quick look at a couple examples. This is really small, so I've blown it up over here. So here we have the sentence, a large truck entered the parking lot. So who is that? Who or what is that sentence about? Well, it's about a truck. What did the truck do? Well, it entered. Now, it entered the parking lot. Could I include that? That's called a predicate, but this is a simple, just what it did. It just entered. Okay, here's another one. A teacher ran to the truck. Okay, who or what is that about? Well, it's about a teacher. What did the teacher do? Ran. Ran to the truck, but ran. So that is a complete sentence. If it does not have a simple subject and a simple predicate, it's called a fragment. So let's look at some examples of some fragments. That's this right here. I blew it up just a tiny bit bigger here. It says, a package for Miss Jules. Well, if that's the sentence, I ask who or what is it about? Who's it about or what? Well, a package. What does that package do? Well, it doesn't tell us. So it doesn't tell us what the subject does. Handed the package to a teacher. Okay, well, who or what is it about? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there is the package, but handed, what, who handed what, who handed something? I know it's to the teacher, but who did it? So it doesn't tell us who did the action, who did the handing. So that is a fragment. So let's work on this just a little bit more. Here in your journal, you're going to find that you have a practice page. We're going to do this together. So I'm going to go ahead, always read this box. I've blown it up over here so I can see it better. So it says, a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. The simple subject is the main word that tells who or what the sentence is about. The simple predicate is the main word that tells what the subject does. or is or does. When a sentence is a command, the subject is understood but not stated. So here it has the school staff awaited the delivery of the package. So they've underlined staff. If I look at the directions, it's going to tell me to underline the subject. Well, who or what it's about the staff. What did that staff do? They awaited. So we circle that. Here we have hold the door open, please. Well, who or what it's about, since this is a command, somebody's telling you or asking you to do something, it's actually about you. You are the subject. What are you asked to do or what are you doing? You're holding. So that is one of the exceptions where you're not going to be able to actually see the subject, but that doesn't happen very often. Just think, is this something that I could then go do? So before when we had handed the package to a teacher, well, it doesn't say, please hand the package to a teacher. When I'm looking at this, it does say, hold the door open. So that is how I know it's a command. So we're going to do a couple of these. I'm going to start with this one right here. It says, read the complete sentence below. So I know these are going to be complete sentences. Now it says, underline the simple subject and circle the simple predicate. So I have my circle and my underline right over here. So Frank delivered packages and mail to the school every day. Frank delivered packages and mail to the school every day. Okay, who or what is that about? Well, I think it's about this guy named Frank. So I'm going to come over here to my line. I'm going to duplicate it by pushing Command D or Alt D. And I'm going to underline delivered. I'm sorry, not delivered, sorry, Frank. My goodness, I almost messed up there. Frank, so I'm gonna underline Frank. Well, what did Frank do? Guess what? Frank delivered. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my circle, I'm gonna duplicate that, and I'm gonna bring it over here to delivered. Frank delivered. Okay, let's do the next one. It says, the package in the brown box was by far the heaviest. The package in the brown box was by far the heaviest. Okay. So as I look at this one, who or what is this about? Well, it's about the package. Everything's about the package. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate and bring that down here. What was the package doing? Well, it was being the heaviest, but this is a tricky one. When we have the word to be, it looks different. It either is or was. So guess what? I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my circle, and I'm going to circle the word was. I may have to shrink my circle a little bit, but I see that was is the main thing I circled. So the package was. It sounds a little bit weird, but was is a form of to be, and it's a form of existing. So that is a simple predicate. It's what it's doing. So here's what I'm going to have you do. We're going to stop the video, and I want you to try to do 3 and 4. We're going to check and see if you got the same answers I did. So go ahead and try 3 and 4, and then we'll do the bottom of the page together as well. Come back to the next video to see how you did.